switching on the live stream in the Facebook group. So let me just wiggle it around a minute. Can I actually see what I am doing? That's the main thing. So let me have a look. Let me bring that up here a moment. Let's see there. There we go. Okay, so camera. Oh, hello. Well, let me just this is going to be very interesting to have I've been dabbling around with things here. Oh, there we are. Right then, so hello. Now this makes a change. So I am talking to you guys in the Facebook group. So hello. I'm trying to be a bit more interactive because some people say I only see your hands, but yeah, this is me. So there's probably going to be a lag. So hello. And on the YouTube, we've got Rachel, Jan, Annette, Louise, Ruth, Sarah and Trudy. And you're probably in between the two. So on here, I am reading my comments while I've got all these different streams going. Hi Ruth, hi Deborah, morning Sarah, hi Tracy, hello, hello. So I am real, I am a real person. Morning Kim, Kim's on YouTube watching. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of a rundown really. So for those of you that are watching on YouTube, you're not going to obviously see me chatting, you're just seeing a blank screen. So I'm going to wave at the screen. So I don't want to seem like I'm ignoring you. Can you just clarify you can hear me first of all? Morning Jerry, Tracy, Heather, Eddie's eldest, love it. Bernie, hi. Can you just confirm you can hear me? That would be the start, wouldn't it really? That was me scratching my nose as well. You know, it's all good fun. So, can you hear me? So I'm going to do the gossip, then I'll turn over so you can actually see what I'm going to be doing today. So, yes, I can hear you. Thanks, Ruth. Thanks, Kim. Yes, Sarah. Bless you. Steph. Morning. Okay, so hi, Dee. Hi, Sharon. So, what time are we on? Oh, it's pickle time. There we go. It's a minute past. So, oh, morning, Louise, Steph, Ruth. Yeah, okay. So I am talking to you so you can actually see me on the Facebook group. So, hello. First of all, I want to thank you for joining the group. It's a bit weird looking at myself talking to you, but hey ho, it's one of them. So hi Sharon, hi Dee. Okay, so I have got a bit of gossip. Oh, and I want to announce that Wednesday. Now I know you can hear me, so I'm sorry. I'm just going to keep waving to you. Morning, Terry. I will be coming over in a minute, so don't worry. So Wednesday, this Wednesday coming. I don't know what the date is, but it's midweek anyway. I will be on with the beautiful Sarah on Funky Fossil. So we will be doing a 7 o'clock show joint. I'm going to be playing with her stamps and she's going to be playing with mine. So it's going to be really interesting. So we can have a chat and a craft together. So that's going to be really good. And I can't believe I've seen this, but Nigel has gone on to the old website. You know, he's actually done a bit of diddly-doo-dah, bless him. And he has put on some bundles now. These are bundles that will never, ever, ever be seen again. So, daft as it is, I'm just, I've got straggly bits on my dress, so I'm just tucking them in out the way. So, if you go on to Nice Crafting website and do on the search bar, picture this, you will be able to see some bundles. Now, I ain't saying this incorrectly because I've gone on there and double checked myself. Morning Nessie, morning Jane, morning Yvonne, morning Sarah. They're all on YouTube watching, but you've got the whole face. You can actually see me on Facebook in the group. So, Nigel has put on 4 stamps for £30. Okay, that's new, but it gets better. You ready for this? 8 stamps for £55. Or 12, now this is a mixture, 12 for £60. I didn't read it incorrectly, and you can quote me on this. So if you go into the Nice Crafting website, that's Nice Crafting, whatever it is. I don't know. I've lost the plot. And do a search on the search bundle at the top. You go, picture this, scroll down, any four stamps, £30, any 8 stamps for £55, and any 12 pick and mix, £60. Wow. I'm going to flip now because I'm in shock. What do you reckon anyway? I've had my hair cut. Obviously, I'll go and look presentable if I'm next to the gorgeous Sarah. So, you know, I've had all the strangly bits took off. Well, I've been scalped, plain and simple. I do think, you know, not bad for 55, even if I say so myself. I'm going to flip you guys over now and I'm going to show my hands to the gorgeous people on YouTube. So, let's crafting. I have actually got some gorgeous... I will flip, so I will come back and talk to you because you're in the group. You get the specialist treatment. Why not? You're in the group for a reason. So, I'm going to flip you. Be careful, you might go over on your head now. I've got to find the button to do this. This could be fun. Let me move that around. I think there's a thing here. Hold on. There we go. Okay, there. Oh, hello. You've got a bit of crafting stuff going on. Okay, let's have a look. So, there we go. Morning, Caroline. Hope you're well. Elizabeth, hi. Lisa, hi. So, hello, I'm back. Right then, so you heard all the gossip then. You get the hands. The Facebook group gets the face and gets the full interaction because they're in a group for a reason. So, I decided, as you do, to whack on a bit of ink. Now, this ink is gorgeous. This is the new ink from Art Inspirations. Now, I have been sent this. There you go, people. You can see. See, the Facebook group gets to see everything. You guys just get to see this. So, you know these big chunky bits out the old dishwasher? I've got some dishwasher salt on here. And I've put it in one of these funky little containers. I'm going to take some of these on the workshops, by the way. Because, I mean, look at this. How gorgeous is this? This is funky fossil stuff. But OMG, love it. It's all twinkly doodah inside. I don't know if you can see the twinkles, but there's lots of like little twinkles and stuff in. So these boxes are brilliant, but I've decided to put some salt. Now this salt, haha, that's not fair. I love it, Steph. This is what, you've got the choice. I did give you the choice of the group or Facebook. Now, I have put some dishwasher salt. Now, bear in mind, I'm nearly out of dishwasher salt. And if anybody needs to find any in the house, we're going to have to hide this, okay? But look at the size of these. It's like an iceberg. And they're perfect for doing... How do I find the Facebook, please? Oh, hello. If you go on my profile, unless somebody can kindly post a link to the Facebook group in the YouTube chat, I'm sure there's somebody there that will pop you in, because I am going to keep flitting and putting my face on the group in there. Hello, groupie. See, you're all special in here. Woohoo. But yeah, so dishwasher salt is really good for doing this effect. So, here we go. I will not abandon my YouTube. Oh, no, I'm not saying that. Do both. Hello, Cynthia. You had the... Oh, okay. Bless you. How did it go with that? Have you managed to do some beautiful creations? I hope so. Now, I'm just gently moving this around. Now, this is Leonie's inks. So, Art Inspiration inks. Now, I have put this onto... Bless you, Cynthia. I have put this onto a piece of watercolour card, and yes, it is the pink frog. I think any card that you see me using now will be pink frog, so I am going to put these in here. Maybe a bit of recycling. I don't know. We'll see. Why not? Oh, look at that. Looks like the Himalayan stuff now, doesn't it? I'm going to have salt everywhere now. This is probably I'm going to regret doing this, but it's okay. Let me just take this off screen. Morning, Black Country Kate. Are you all right, mush? If you're in the group, you'd have seen me mush this morning. Not yet sorted craft. Oh, okay. Bless you. Lisa's page. I do have a page on Facebook. It is a private page. Because it's all about mixing your stamps. And just hints and tips, posting stuff in there. Morning, Sarah. Hello, my darling. How are you? So, that's the effect you get when you put salt on ink. Now, as you can see, look how it bursts out, and it obviously draws in, bursts out. But it gives you an amazing, I mean, that's an amazing background in its own right. But you can chop it up, you can tag it, you can use it as background. Now, I want to go through a few different things for that, people. How gorgeous is that? That's just with dishwasher salt. Hi, Rachel, and then what I've missed. Oh, yeah, bless you. If we say hello, in general, it's a hello to everybody. And then you don't feel like anybody's missing anybody out. And that's the same as YouTube as it is on Facebook. So we're all a loving community. If you're here for a reason. So I'm really excited to do, if you've only just come in, I'm really excited to do next Wednesday at 7 o'clock. I'm going to be on Funky Fossil with Sarah. We're going to be doing a craft and chat session, and I'm going to be using her stamps and she's going to be using mine, and we're going to mix them up and just have a chat. There might be some announcements, there might be some bits and bobs that we say. Oh, you'll have to tune in to find that one. But I think Sarah's on this morning as well, so catch up with her. I'm going to obviously watch on rerun because I'm here with you guys at the minute. So yeah, that's really interesting. So I just want to show you the effects. You know, different people like different effects. Now, a lot of people have asked how you do some of the backgrounds. Now I'm going to have a play around with Leonie's inks to try and show you some different backgrounds. But I'm just going to show you some of the goodies. Now, these have been sent to me. Your peeps are all special. Yes, I know, Chris. They're all special to me as well. You're all special. I ain't going to say we're all special needs, but we're all on the scale somewhere. I'm sure of it. So, I've got my little... I've got to see that in itself is very soothing for me. Oh, I'm going to have to do one of them little game things, isn't it? Oh, bless. Ness, you'll get used to us. So, yeah. Dishwasher salt, hide it. I'm all right, thank you. Hope you're okay. I am in the group, but under... Oh, okay. There we... Oh, yes, you are, aren't you, Kay? Bless you. Anyway, so, that's that. Now, I have made this. Now, I am probably going to... If you want, because obviously you guide me on my lives, I have made this out of watercolour paper. And the watercolour paper is from Pink Frog. And I've used 4 sheets. Now, look at that. No seams. It's seamless. So, you know, if you do paintings, you can go all the way across. I'm really chuffed with how this has turned out. So if you want me to do this, this will be in Tuesday's live if you want. Yeah, can you see that, people? Look at that. How amazing is that? I'm just showing them on Facebook, you know. And what I've done here is I've covered it with some of Leonie's papers. Now this is in the pad. I shall show you in a minute. But I have actually put a bit of material on this, and I've left this to show you because I want to paint this to show you how well these paints can blend in to her background. Yay, right? But this, if you do a lot of drawing or sketching, or you do watercolour painting, this is the Dog's Dangly Doodahs. I'm really pleased with how this has come out. So, good. So I'm going to put that there. So I'm not forgetting about it. I'm putting it there. Now I want to show you what Leonie sent me. So she has sent me this. I haven't paid for this, so Leonie has sent it through to me. So I'm being totally transparent with you. So she sent me this beautiful A5 journal. This paper consists of 24 double-sided papers. Obviously, I've taken a sheet out. Yes, please, to the notebook on Tuesday. Perfect, Sarah. That's what I like to see. Fabulous. How are you, all you lot, on the book of faces? Tina's good. No, I'm just making sure I'm not missing any questions. Hi, Cass. Megs. Hopefully you're good. And Nick is, well, Nick's probably in the gym, bless him. But yes, so this is absolutely stunning. Now, in with this, you get these beautiful... Celebrate today. You get these lovely sentiments. So they're on the back as well. So I suppose you could write your own if you wanted to. But oh great, Monday's back. How relevant is that? Never refuse offer of escape. Rasfully, take it easy. Repeat. Cutie. Yes, I can. If you want to change, you got to do things different. I love this. Create time for you, love. Do things that make you happy. Hell yes. Be courageous in your crafting journey. This is the right path. Be happy. You are enough. I love it. Leonie's papers are to die for. Now, this is the pad. It's blank front and back for purpose of you to be able to create your own thing. But I'm going to flip through because we've got lots to do today. But look at this. I'm going to try and do it so you can both see on different, you know, the different cameras. But how vibrant are these colours? How lush are these colours? Hopefully you can see as well. I don't know whether the camera angle is just giving it a little bit different. Look at that. How gorgeous is this? Ooh, yummy, yummy, yummy. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I can do lots of those bubbly things. Ooh, perfect. So, look, see, even that looks like a bit of salting. Yeah, a bit of salting on that. Yep, so it's an easy way. Well, having the book like this to have a background already done is perfect. But it's also, as you can see, one very similar to one I used here. But it's a fabulous way for you to start, especially if you're unsure on background. So that's the book. I will be returning back to it as we go through today's little bit in, out, shake it all about, because there's a lot to get through. So I'm going to put these over here. In fact, I'll put them over there because I can say I've done that bit. Now I'm bringing on some stamps she sent me. Now, this is part of all the new Ink and Earth How lush are these? I mean, just look at that. It's like a tattoo. When I was a tattooist, this is something I'd draw on and do and design. Beautiful. I mean, look how complimentary those are. Can you just imagine those on tags or embossed? A bit of gold embossing, bronze, silver. These would be gorgeous for Christmas. Yeah. And then that as a background. Beautiful. So we're going to take them out and have a play with those later. And then, oh, Mr. Bargust. I hope I pronounced that right. But these are to die for. Absolutely to die for. We've got him like Mr. Bump here. He's all wrapped up in bandages. Like a little mummy. So I'm just showing you those ones there. Those are lush. Yeah. Honestly, Steph, the stuff's absolutely brilliant. One pad. One to cut up and one to use. You just want to stroke them and just go, oh. And look at this one here. Music on, stones, bits and bobs, tune, love it. And then this little funky monster. I mean, how gorgeous are those? Can you just imagine whether you've got grandchildren, children, or even just for yourself? Goodness me, love them. And then she sent me some stencils. So we've got this great bit. Now that complements, look at that. Yep. So you can put that down and then stamp this to your heart's content. Absolutely fabulous. But that is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. And then we've got this beautiful one here. You Are Enough. Around the sun, amazing time. Okay, there we go. But yeah, so you can see these Around the Sun and You Are Enough. Love it. So I'm going to put them under there. And then we've got these beautiful Ink and Earth again. I mean, just look at the detail. Where are these being sold? They're on Art Inspirations. If anybody can kindly do a link, please, for Art Inspirations to Leonie's site. My bad for not putting something on. But yes, it's Art Inspirations. Yep. Pop them on there. I mean, look at this. I mean, look, that's bigger. That's bigger than my hand. That's a lush, lush, lush. There you go. Yeah, so if anybody, please share the inks on the page or on YouTube. That's what it's all about. Sharing's caring, you know me. And then there's this one here. Now, this is beautiful. This is by Emily. Oh, and that one's by Emily as well. But I love the detail of these little bits, and like the moon symbols, the water, and there's like a mermaid sort of thing running through there. Absolutely gorgeous. Yes, these are Leonie's designs. Well, these are Ink and Earth under Leonie's Art Inspirations. So that's that there. So that's what I'm going to be playing around with today. And then she sent me these gorgeous inks. Now, as I said, the inks are on here and here that I've used already. They're vibrant. They pop like nobody's business. And you've got Lippy Lime. You've got Perfect Purple. You've got Yummy Yellow. Now, I've noticed that gathered at the bottom. So, I don't normally do a shake, rattle and roll. But, give them a good shake. Jove Blue. That is lush. And Popping Pink. Very nice. So, let me just pop them. Well, I'm going to lie them down like that. Oh, what, honestly. So, as I said, I used this. So, this was the yellow and the pink. And you can see how well it's just blended to... Yes, Ruth, she was demoing the other day. So, she sent them to me. So, I'm just being kind. And I want to play around and just show you on my style and my way. Because Leonie's got her way. And I've got mine. So, I want to just put a little bit of ink on here to finish that off. Because I've brought the ink round into the piece. And I want to... Took a bit of the green round. And then I want to put it round. So, when you do use any sort of fabric for binding, because it strengthens your spine, is art. Yes, it is. Yes, it is UK. You can then put inks over it to create. Now, I have got some lovely rice papers I want to play around with. And the reason being is we will be, on the website, there will be some plain rice papers. And they are fabulous to make your own designs if you do your decoupage and stuff like that. So I want to be playing around with these a little bit later on. But today, the first thing I want to diddle around with is I've been seeing lots of little crazy things and bits and bobs, and you know, watching people doing stuff. And I've made this out of one sheet of paper. Now I'm just going to do it quickly because I want to put some inks on it. I want to get it dried off, and then I want to create this little, there is a live tonight. Yes, there is a live tonight at 7. Leonie won't be doing it. However, Rachel will be. I wasn't able to do it, otherwise I'd have been on tonight and this would have been different. So out of courtesy, I said, well, let me do something today for Leonie. So now I have used a staple, but you can glue the middle if need be. But I just want to show you how quick this little book is. Yes, thank you, Steph. You're a good one. She's on the ball today, honestly. Let me just get a piece of paper. And I want to just put something. Now, this is, this could go disastrously wrong. I don't know yet. And if it does, I apologise now. But I am going to use just a piece of, is that like lots of paper? Sort of, yes. This is just printer paper. Now, like I say, this can go very wrong because I'm going to wet it. It could go like mush. One of them. I didn't see the link either, Steph, if I'm honest with you. But again, it's one of them. Now, I'm going to lightly spritz it with a bit of water. Like I say, this could go wrong. And then I want to put some ink down now. What we got here? Perfect Purple. It's one of them. Now, there we go. Let's just put some blobs of ink down. Now, this is water-based. As you can see, it moves, it splodges, it does all sorts. Perfect Purple. I'm going to put a bit of blue on. Complement that. Now, I'm just going to tap it. Why not? If it doesn't do what I want it to do, I'm going to add some more water on. I'm going to do some green. So this is quite earthy. Why not? I like a bit of earthiness of a morning. Saves me going out into the weather. Now, I don't know whether it's going to stay off decently dry today. So, I'll tell you what, let's just put the whole lot on, shall we? And then you can see what I'm saying about how beautiful these colours are. So, all I'm doing is just dipping, splashing them on. You can do a puddle and paint. Again, it's up to you. I just don't want to puddle and I don't want to lose the beautifulness. You know what it's like when you start creating stuff. Now I've got a bit of tissue on the ready. Hopefully everyone can see what I'm doing. Let me just squirt this around and just, well, I'm going to have a puddle. I can just tell. It has to be done with me this time of the morning, isn't it? Okay, so this is printer paper. And we are going to get a bit of a mush. I'm going to do that off there. I'm going to redo a piece over the top. Let me just try and... We've probably got a brown mush now. How fabulous is that? Oh, love it. Oh, okay, that's not too bad at all. I don't mind that, even if I say so myself. So I have done a bit of a sort of a collective splodge. But I only wanted to do a bit of paper just to show you how easy that other... it's not allowed. Oh, okay. It's all right then, don't worry. What I'll do is, Ness, I will put it on later when I go through the comments if you're happy with that. If not, if you're on the Facebook page, I should put the links on there. Right, let me just dry. Let me just see whether I can get this dry. If not, I'm going to have to put it up. This is going to be an interesting one, this is. I do set myself a challenge to begin with, don't I? Right, I'm just going to dry this a little. I don't know whose idea it was to use their printer paper, honestly, Lisa. This time of the morning, really? Why not, though? Because not everybody's got, like, watercolour paper and, like, a decent thickness of paper. I get that, so let me just dry this. Because it's going to sweat underneath. Let's get the back. Let's dry the back off first. And I'm going to put this one out the way. So I'm going to concentrate on the one I want to use. Let me just keep drying that a second. I'm trying to put it somewhere safe. There's no such place as safe in here. Let's whack it on the floor. Right, okay. Oh, I can feel it's drying out nicely. Okay. Because I know if I put this through the cutter, all it's going to do is rip and tear. So what I'd say to you is, because I'm not just going to do like a time constraint, but, oh, that's nearly done. I'll do it on a clear piece so you can see what I'm going to do, because once it's dry, you can do that. Evening, Lisa. Oh, hello. Good evening, Kaz. Hope you're well. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Angie. Hi, Sylv. So, hi, Doreen. Hello, either side of the camera. So, let that dry. You put your colours on. Remember, this is... Oh, excuse me. This is just printer paper. Look at that. Yeah. So we want it dry. So if you've got a dry piece, let me just bring it, let's move this out. I want to keep that safe because I want to make sure it's dry to show you. So there we go. Let me get a piece of paper. Now this is a trick that I want to show you, because when you've got your bits of paper, so this is the printer paper without anything on, so you can paint on, dry it, and then you can use it. Now, whenever you're doing folding, use something with a good edge. So I'm just going to fold this in half. So this is A4 paper, nothing magic here, A4 paper, and I'm going to run my nail down. Now I ain't got many nails left at the minute. They're all broke, and you know, I'm not one to do prim and proper. I'm then going to turn it, and then I'm going to bring it over into half. Yeah, now this really is very, very simple, and I think our Amanda done something like this not so long ago. So it's not that I'm taking anybody's what's it. I'm going to turn it over, and then in fact we're going to fold it back in half, and then I'm going to put it there, and then I'm going to fold this outwardly, so you get what I'm doing. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, and again I'm going to score it down with my nail. Yeah, and then I'm going to turn it over, and then I'm going to bring that one in. Because I've got that flat edge, it means that I'm not getting wiggledy, you know, score lines, if you get what I mean. Because we're not physically using the scoreboard as such. Now, as you can see, yeah. So what I've done is we've done it in half, yeah. Then half again, and then turned it that way, and then we went in that way, and then in that way. So basically, we have got that, yeah. So what I want you to do then is, where you've got it, where it comes up to an M shape, where it's the M shape, like so, hopefully you're watching this, people, where you've got that lifty up bit, I want you to hold it and then push it down like that. And then this line here, we're going to cut, if I can find my scissors. Now this is such an easy thing, but you know, it's one of them easy things that it's easy to forget as well. I'm being ever so careful now to go along the line. I don't normally do things like this. So, and then I'm going to open it. So that's what you've got, yeah. So you've got all your little lines, and then you've got the cut in the middle, and then all you're going to do then is hold them, bring them together, and there's your book. How cool is that? Now you can just go along and just redo if you want, and then look where it naturally falls. So I'm looking at that now, and I'm bringing that around like that, thinking that's going to fall naturally that way. No, it's not. I'm going to go that way. There we go. Now when you've done that, you want to see where the bottom part is. Now you've got your openings at the top, so this will be your bottom of your book, and then all you're going to do then is glue those little openings, and then there you've got a lovely little, depending on how you want it to be. Let me get this out of the way so you can see. So if you can imagine with that lovely dry paper, all the different colours, how fabulous is that? So I'm just going to quickly show you how quick. So I've got my glue bottle, and this has got Pink Frog glue in. Now where you've got your fold, then the next one you've got a top and a bottom. I am just going to run a little bit of glue, only a smidgen, yeah, a smidgen in my words is a tiny bit, and I'm just going to go down and just push that down. So that means then there's that one opening up there. You can open it then, and then you've got a folder, open it over, and then you've got the two bits there. So again, I'm going to just run a bit of glue at the bottom like that. So then if you can think about that now, I've got one of these daft little, I don't know where I got this from. I don't know whether it's Pound Shop or something like that. But then all you want to do then is, because if you're going to put something like, you have to excuse me, I'm not measuring anything. It's one of them, okay? So this is good to follow on here because it ain't a mess with it. Oh, okay, there you go. Let me just, there you go. So there's your little pocket folder there, one at the top. Open it, you could do yourself some pretties, and then this one again, you could do a little side one here, and then a top one, because as you say, it is very, very easy to lose yourself with these things. So I've done it in a way, yeah. So this one, you got your little bit there, and then you got your bit there. Yep. Then you got your full bit there, and then you got that bit there. So to be fair, let me get the one I've done. Where did I put that one? Let's see, I've even lost what I've done. So what I've done here was I've put a little tag in. Yeah, little tag in that one. And then this one I've put a little ACC, whatever they are. Yeah, a little one of them in. Then I've opened it. Now I have used the staple there. Again, just to give it a little bit more rigidity. And then I've opened that one, and then I've got myself some little, you do it to whatever size you want, but obviously if you're using one piece of A4, can you just imagine if we stuck all those together, and then those could be your signatures, and then look at that for a little book. How good would that be? Can you just imagine that? So if you had 4 of those, and then if you done them together, yeah, so imagine there's 4 there. If you've got some bulldog clips and done that and glued it, you haven't got to worry about stapling or anything like that. And then you just get your cover on, and that cover would be, you know, something along these lines then, wouldn't it? Because then you could then put a bit of material on as your spine holder, and then cover it with a beautiful piece of pre-made card, whether it's Leonie's or if you want to make your own. So I've done, just for instance to show you, I've done this the other day, remember that? You know, and then you can quite easily pop that in, and there you go, glue it, trim it off, and there's your cover. Put a nice stamp on it, and look at that, bam, 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 done. So that is a really, 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 I think you could do, Rachel, I think you could, Rach, as long as it wasn't too heavy card. So obviously I've just used printer paper on this, really, like, I wouldn't probably go over, hi Eva, I wouldn't go over, I really wouldn't go over 180, 200 GSM. The thinner the better. I'd probably go about 160 top. If it's very difficult to, yeah. So do it with the paper, and that's why I've done it with, let me have a look, this, because that will dry, and you can then fold it and do what you need to do and cut it. In fact, this is still wet, but I just want to show you the effect. Let me move this out the way. Let me move them over there. Let me move this, move that, diddly doo dah. How are you lot on Facebook? You okay? Let me just say hello. Let me move that to there. Let's have a look. Let me just let's do that. See, the group has spent. Hi, you all right? Yeah, I'm still with you. I'm going to go back and do some work now. Hold on, I'll be with you in a sec. Let me press a button. There we go. Boom. See, the Facebook group gets little bits of me dropping in. Poor devils, I probably scared you half to death, to be fair. I do apologise. Oh, dear. Fancy having more mush on a big screen, dear Lord. Right, so, again, we've got an A4 piece of paper. Now, this is wet, so we might have a disaster, but I'm just showing you how it goes, yeah? So, we're going to A4, half, yeah? Oh, so far, so good, people. Just make sure it's all lined up, yeah? Da -da. Now, I'm not going to go, do you need any special swaffer to swim on both platforms? Do you think me and special... Oh, no, goodness me. I can just about do this. Never mind, I mean, doing something with Sarah on Wednesday. Crikey. So we've gone half again, yeah? Bye, Rach. And then I'm going to go in half, yeah? See how nice and easy this time was doing it this way. Now, I'm going to turn this over because I want the piece of paper the other way. So, if you've got, I mean, you could do this with the rice paper, which I'm going to get out in a second. And then you've got the half. Now, if we done it the other way round, so done it like that way, would it be that way? Oh dear, I don't know what I'm doing there. Right, so if we go half, so if you go into there, so wherever your colour is, have it inside. So we are, tip from Lisa. We'll go that way. Yeah. We'll turn it over. So if you've got stamped image or whatever, you have it on the inside. So Rachel's just left on YouTube, so that's why we're saying bye to Rach, just in case you guys are unaware of what we're chatting about. And then there you go, look at that. So as we say, how you got the M, we're going to turn it around and we're going to cut that bit. so your design will be inside. So far so good. It hasn't actually gone to slush. So this is just bog standard cheapo Asda or Tesco paper, basically. Yeah. Now if you do it that way, yeah, so I need it the other way, so we need it that way up. Yeah. Oh, crumbs. Here we go. I will do it, promise. It will not beat me. There we go. So it's just inside out. So let me just do that there and do that there and then do it. I mean, you could do it like that, really. Yeah. So as long as you've got your paper, the colour there, you can bring it together in half and then pull it like so. Whoop. Like that. Like that. And then I just want to wiggle it like that. I just want to recrease. So I just want to make sure all my creases are in the right places, because otherwise then your book's going to look a bit naff. I mean, you can retrim it, but then you're going to be gluing and that. So the less work, the better, if that makes sense. So there you go. So I've now got a book with that background in. So I've got to let it dry a little bit more. Yeah. But that just gives you that. You can re-watch this back. Okay. So you've got all, I mean, look at that. Look at that there. That in itself, I can see as a watercolour piece. Yeah. And that's using the lovely, and that's just a splatter of colour on an A4 piece of paper. I've used automatic for a long while. Yeah, like me too. I've always stayed with. Sometimes, Moira, it's nice to use other stamps and other products. You know, again, it's each to your own. I'm not here to say you've got to do X, Y, and Z. I'm just showing you options. Yeah, and it's nice to see different stuff. You know, it's nice to have a play around with different products. Everything does something different. So we'll let that dry. Yeah. Yeah. Oh gosh, Sarah, show me. Yes, with a 12x12, that would be amazing. But can you just imagine there? Look at that, a little booklet. I'll be watching it back a million times. If you're stuck, let me know. I will. Do you want me to go over it again with a plain piece of paper? Yes, there is so much out there to play around with. Yeah. So look, I've got me bit there. Yeah. Then I've got my folded bit here. There you go. And then you've got your middle bit, and then you've got your middle bit there. You're going to glue the bottom there, and then you've got your little folder there. So, voila. How pretty is that? I already like the look of it, and I love this. This, I can see trees, I can see a rabbit, I can see some fairies, I can see a lake, there's some water there. I mean, look at that. Let your imagination go. Look at the backgrounds on that. And just a small area. Look what we've got. Okay. I'm just going to let Facebook say. There you go. We don't want YouTube to be everything. Yeah, totally, Steph. Well said. Right, so there's a little book. Now, I have been playing around with little books. Simply Angelic Crafts. Good morning. I have made some little, I like making little pads, because I'm just a bit of a, you know, when I was little, I used to collect little pads and little twinkly things and stuff. Now, all I've done here is, just so you can see, have I got one here? I have got some A4 paper. Cut it down, use some glue. Now I've used some low heat glue. However, you could do PVA glue, bulldog clip it, and then just put it along and leave it overnight, and then you have got a pad. None of the pages fall out. You will never have to buy a pad again. Just a block of A4 cheap printer paper. Yeah, that's if you like drawing with that. If you want anything more expensive or more depthy, that's up to you. Now all I've done here is yeah, isn't it? I'm really excited by the way you show. Woo! There we go, Chris. All I've done here is I've done that with the glue, and then I've got a strip of printer paper again. That's all I've done. Cut it down to the size required. Glued it on, so I've gone like that. Glue, gone round on that glue. Yeah, cut that bit off, and then I've done this before I started the live. Let me just throw that down. And then I've got this lovely little cover in preparation, because I want to use some rice paper. Now, I want to print on these, and I want to use some of the lovely art inspiration stamps, but you could use any. So these will be going on the website probably next week. You will be able to buy these. Let's whack everything over there. So I want to actually show you now I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful rice papers out there. And you know, when you get them and you stroke them and you don't want to ever use them and you sniff them and you hold them and it's like, I can't cut you up. Well, let's make some instead, which we can cut up and play around with. I've even cut this. This can be cut in your cutters. I've got an old Stampin' Up cutter. Cut it, do whatever you like with it. But let's put some colour on. Let's play around with it. Let's dry it and let's use it today. So let me have a look at these beautiful stamps that Leonie has sent me. And let's have a play around. Now I could go quite heavy and cover it. Or what would you want? Do you want one big main and stamp it around, or do you want me to use some of the little ones? Go on then, you choose. Let's see what we got saying. I pull a pile of ripers somewhere safe. Honestly, that's the worst thing, Jane. I got everything safe. I never find anything, and then when I do find it, it's both. Nessie, let's do that then. Let's do both. Okay, so let's use. So this is by Emily. This is Ink and Earth Art Inspirations. If you want to have a look at any of Art Inspiration stuff, www.artinspirations.co.uk. This is by Emily, Ink and Earth. I'm going to use the beast that's on there. Look at that. I mean, on the back it gives you all the illustrations and everything, but yeah, let's play. Let's do this. Let me find a big enough block. Luckily I've got an A4 one, so let me whirl myself around into the world of ta-da. Now, to me, always try and get yourself an A4 bit of Perspex or acrylic or whatever. It's only cheap. I'm not going to say certain brands here and there and what have you, but don't worry, Kay, we're going to do a bit of everything now. But I'm going to just show you now how easy it is. Oh God, this is my morning workout. Crikey, whose idea was the big one at this time of the morning? There we go. Now these have never been used. I haven't rubbed them down. Love how Leonie breaks down the original art, but yeah, yes, definitely. I'm just taking a bit of sticky off it, as you do. Now I'm going to do it in black because I'm going to be putting colour on. So VersaFine Flare Nocturne. Once this is dry, this bad boy don't go anywhere. So I mean, there are other products as well. You got your Momentums and all the whatever. I forgot now. You lot all know. I just stick with this until I'm sent something else and it's like, oh, I'll use that in future. Now already I'm liking the look of this. I'm going a bit chaotic there, but well it. I'm going to do some first and second generation. Oh my gosh, look how lush that looks. When you look at a stamp and you look at it down and you think, don't know about that. Leonie buys tattoos on the back. Yeah, that's the stuff. Let me just put these on here. Okay, massage it on. Now, I'm not too worried if it's not going to go on in one or it looks a bit iffy. But look at that. Now, I quite like that effect. Let's put some up here. Bits and adapt into stamps. There you go. Sorted. It's what we all do here and there. There we go. Now for that, I'm even cleaning. Goodness me. Anybody think I fell over and hit my head? Cleaning a stamp. Wow. Right, so we got one down. Now, it's a bit patchy in places, but like I said, I'm not too worried because, let me turn this around. Let's pop this on. This will open your eyes to be doing your own sort of... Oh, sorry, yeah, Facebook. Facebook's just had a wobble. I've just attacked them. Sorry. Just make sure you're awake, basically. Oh, crumbs. That's proper sticky. Oh, it feels like it's got blinking super glue on it. Right, there we go. Done. Now, I could use a lot of other little bits, but I do quite like this little stamp here. I am being sort of a little bit picky. Naughty Lisa. I'm just going to do a bit of, yeah. Too much gin. Oh, crumbs. I needed it after the week I've had. Goodness me. Now, I am going to just pop that on there a second. And I'm just going to do a bit of finger stamping now. So, why not? And all I want to do here, there is no rhyme or reason to my stamping, by the way. I'm just doing some, I do like the way that that's actually printing really randomly. I do like that effect there. Very nice. So don't be shy. It hasn't got to be all perfect stamping. I don't believe in it. I like to play around. That main image is still there and I just want to build on just around it a little bit. There we go. So that is a really nice stamp. That one there. They're all very nice, by the way, but I'm just saying I like that one because I can. Oh God, honestly, well, this proves that me putting you guys here is probably a bit of a wobble. Let me just say sorry to you. Hello. I do apologise. I keep knocking you. I'll move you in a minute, but I'm just sorry. Right, I'm going again. Let's make. See, why not? Bit of Daphnis there. I've just blown him a kiss. So you lot don't get that on YouTube. I'm gonna make sure that the group feel probably they won't want to see my mush again. Love it. Okay, let's pop a little bit of something else in. So that's that gorgeous one. Let me put that down there. Let's have a look what's on this one. Oh, now we've got some shapes, we've got some movement, we've got little droplets, little symbol-y things. But we've also got little bits of here and there. And again, oh, that's pretty. Let's have a look. That's one of those Chinese. Yeah. Now, yeah, somebody's just said, yeah, pop a thumbs up, please, you know. Sharing's caring. You know, I'd appreciate you, you know, sharing or you know, requesting your friends and stuff in. When I last looked, we were on 900 and something in the group, which is like sausagely amazing, you know, like OMG moment. I quite like that. Very delicate sort of little bit of fluffiness with this stamp. So yeah, please, you know, request your family and friends in that love crafting, or even if you want to show a different side to you and you want to show how amazing some of your artwork is, because I must admit, I'm scared to blooming post in the group now because the talent in there is absolutely amazing. Goodness me. Oh, bye Louise. There we go then. Apparently Louise is off. Have a fabulous day, my sweet. Hugs and kisses. We've got the paint falling over. I've got, like, there we go. So, when you're unsure about a stamp, put it down on a bit of paper. Express it. Let's play around with it. Now, I want some of these. Now, I do like the look of these. And I think, because we've got swirly, but I'm thinking maybe this one. So, this is, what's this one called? Elements. We've got Flourish, we've got Elements, and then we've got Sunburst. Obviously, we can finish off with that, but I'm liking the look of these. Very much so. Oh, mama, goodness me. Couldn't sleep, happy to say, oh, bless you. I was just thinking of the group. Oh, yes, fabulous. Pop yourself in the group. Come on. Because in the group, I keep popping my face. I'll keep scaring everybody in there, I'm sure of it. Poor devils. Oh, you'll be switching off for the sake of the, you don't want to see more mush in there. Right, let me get a block. I've got more blocks in the kitchen sink here. Right, let's try that one. There we go. Now I'm going to be really nice. I'm going to use a block. And I'm going to do a bit. Now I can hear my dog barking in the background, a little sausage. Oh, hello, that looks very nice. Look at that. Now, can you just... Oh, yes, look at the wispy bits on that. Now, Nice Crafting have got a lot of different repeater stamps. Now, I am going to tell you about that bundle deal again. Nigel is sending me some stamps through so I can really go on and really, like, you know, push it, because let's get them out the way. Let's get the new stamps on. I'm already designing. The design team are giving me some information of the stamps that they'd like to see. I listen, so I will be taking on board what you're asking for. Oh, bye, Jane. So, you know, don't be shy to say, oh, Lisa, I'd like to see these in a stamp format, or, you know, I mean, I'm not copying anybody's design. It'll be my own version. But I am very much up for listening and involving you guys. Now, I've got that bit of a blank area there, and I do love this whirly bit. Oh, my God, I'm loving that. Very nice. So, was it Emily? Very nice designs. Very nice. So, we filled up. Wow, that didn't take long. So, see how easy that is to create your own bit of rice paper. Let's put some colour on it now. And I'm going to use Leonie's ink. So, let me just pop them out the way down there a minute. I'm going to put that block over there. Let's get rid of the old versifying. Fabulous stuff. So, we have got... Let me get that out the way. There we go. Oh, I feel like I've got a bit of space coming now. Look, I'm making a mess. It's about right with me, isn't it? So, let's have a look. I am going to compliment, and I'm going to put some yellow down now. Rice paper. This stuff is absolutely fabulous. Even if I'm say so myself. But all I'm going to do here now is just pop colour on, and I think I'm going to put a little bit of the purple. That's the purple. Do like that. Lovely combination, purples and yellows and all the rest of it. Now I'm going to put some water on. Now don't be so sort of aggressive because it's rice paper. Now it's very, very thin stuff. Well, it's not actually, no, it's not. It holds its own in its own little way. So I am going to hold the corners. We have a hot mess going on here. I'm sorry, you're going to wobble around with me, Facebook. You can complain later. I will take it on board and I will move it, but I'm in the middle of causing carnage here. So lots of wet. Now I am going to get myself a piece of copy paper, just that cheap stuff again. I think you can get a block of 500 for about what, £3 or £4 or something like that nowadays. And I'm just going to rest that on there, yeah, so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. And I just want to get my mess up now. Now, the stranger things are happening. I'm actually tidying up after me. You could always put a piece of paper on that and mop it off. Bit of smooshing there. Why not? So, I have now got that on a piece of paper. Now, let's put that underneath it like so. So you can see my rice paper. Now, let's get the heat on it. Now, look at that. You ain't going to buy that anywhere, are you? And this is what I love when you create your own. I'm all about creating your own stuff. Look at that. Vibrant is that with those colours. And that was just the pink, the purple and the yellow. That's without the blue. So this is all vivid ink. Lippy lime. Love, what's that? Jovi blue, my bad. Popcorn pink. Perfect purple. And yummy yellow. And those are on the Art Inspirations site. Oh, hello. Hi, Funky Fossil. Now, don't forget, me and you Wednesday, 7 o'clock. Oh, can't wait. You know something? I can't wait to put some of Sarah's designs onto tissue paper. Absolutely fabulous. Oh, aye. I've got a visitor. The old mum's in the building, folks. Lord help us, she's here. Now, I like the fact they're underneath. Look at the paper. How are you doing, Mum? You come say hello, or have I got a problem?
People want to know where to get your rice paper from.
It's going to be on the website, Nice Crafting. Nigel's loading it up. What else has Mum got? Go on then.
And it was where to buy the stuff from, which will be the website.
So Art Inspirations is what I am showcasing at the minute, which is, as I did say, artinspirations. I think it was .co.uk. The Funky Fossil. Sarah, if you are on, or whoever Funky Fossil is on, can you put the link to where it will be showcasing? I'm probably going to say it's going to be Funky Fossil, the Funky Fossil page, where Sarah normally runs her Wednesdays and Sundays. And don't forget, she's been on this morning, I think, or she's on today, and then we can catch up with her later. But look at that for a colour burst now. And I'm going to keep that because when that dries off, we can use that in a journal. So we've got a bit of a double bubble going on there. So never throw stuff like this away. Have we got anything else, Mum?
No, I'm just looking at the colour of the rice paper. It's beautiful.
Yeah, so it's very difficult sometimes just to sort of just look it up, try and see. Oh, there you go. You can do Amazon. Yeah, you could do indeed. Depending on what you're going to do. Obviously, the one I'm using, I didn't say I've got it from Amazon. One of them. Anyway, so Funky Fossil will be on YouTube. Could do. I'm not sure whether it's going to be YouTube or on her page. So, but I will do links. So will Sarah. And then Wednesday's going to be really good fun because I can't wait to sort of mix up. Glynis and Kim, all the gang are here. There we go. Hi. Right, Funky Fossil, can you post out your link to where Wednesday will be so people in the groups can actually see? Which would be really, really, really good. Karen says hello, Mum. Diane says hello, Lisa's mum.
I've said hello to everyone.
Goodness me, everybody's saying hello. Wow. Honestly, you know, if you're only a certain person that likes a certain style of stamps, that's fine. But look outside the box occasionally. I was very blinkered to certain designs, and now look at me. I've got carnage and everything. But now this, what I wanted to show you, let me just put them over there. This will go absolutely perfect. Now, you know, I said to you, I'd done that little booklet. Yeah. And then I put a bit of paper on here and I've got that. Now, look at that. If I put that on there, how amazing would that be as the cover? Yeah. So, let's just... Now, it is fairly dry. Let me just give it another blast. Mum's going out the building again. She's going down the stairs. She's going to go and put... I must admit, she's done some needle felting. Sarah, you would be impressed.
She's
honestly. Oh, has she seen it?
I'll put it on Sarah's blog.
Oh,
I'll put it
wow.
on here as well.
Oh, well, I'm glad to hear it.
See it later.
Okay.
I'm impressed.
Mum's not really one for needle felt, and she's done... Sarah kindly put up one of her lovely little dogs that she created, absolute masterpiece, and Mum sat there and had a go, and it's like, wow, go on, Mum. But yes, Sarah, Funky Fossil, some amazing stuff. Sarah that does the needle felting, I forgot what her group is called, I'm sure Mum can put it in. Kerry, thank you for putting that link up for Funky Fossil, perfect, voila. But can you just imagine the different array of stamps you could do on here? Mid-fronted box morning. Oh, so I tell you what, I'm just gonna do a sneaky peek. So Tuesday, I might be using these. Oh, I've got some of the discs and I've got the bindy thing. Oh my god! So I'm gonna be look. I've got one of them as well. Oh, I got that. Oh, and I got that. So we're going to be doing that probably Tuesday. So let me know. Or it might go into Wednesday. I don't know. But yeah, Tracy Evans stuff is amazing. And again, can I just say, no matter what stamps you're using, Tracy Evans, Funky Fossil, Art Inspirations, Lavinia, Sweet Poppy, All and Create, Nice Crafting, mine, whatever, mix them up. I can put some of my stuff on here. Or I can put some of Sarah's stuff. You know, it's one of them. So it just shows. Anyway, let's cut it out. Sorry, got to get ready. Oh, no problem, have fun. That's more important than waffling here with me. Go and have fun. Go and play. So the colours are the Art Inspirations. I think you can do them singularly. And I do believe there's a pack as well. So if any of the Art Inspirations crews on here, get the links on. I have no problem at all. I believe Leon is off on an adventure. So, yeah, feel free. Bye, Sarah. So, Sarah's just gone on YouTube. So, you're all split and you hear all the gossip one way, all the gossip another. Trudy, have fun. Thank you for popping by. So, I want to cut this. So, let's get the... I need a new one of these things, I'll tell you. Love how people are branching out. And that's what it's all about. Branching out using other stuff. Now, where's my little booklet? There we go. So, what I want... I'm going to do myself a little overhang, as you do, because I'm nice like that. I'm going to go about there. Why not? So that's just a finger mark. I've gone like that for whoever's watching. I've done a pretend marker. Now I've lost it. Do you not do that often? I do it all the time, to be fair. Okay, so I'm now going to try and remember roughly where the mark is. Put the little bit of doogie boogie there. Now, if you've got a brain... I clearly haven't. You could put a piece of paper underneath that, because I can see that I might end up, oh maybe, oh no, it's going, look at that. If you're unsure, boom, look at that, perfect. Now I've got a bit of a light edge on that. I can use a bit of oxide on that if I want to, but look at that. I can now put that in my box to reuse. I mean, look at that. Shall I actually do that one? Let me see. Oh, just wetting myself with excitement. I'm really sorry, folks. This is just like one, you know, one of them moments you think to yourself, oh, I've got to have a play. But yeah, it's one of them moments. Let me just put it about there. I don't give or take, you know, because if you do it short, you can always blend the sides, get your oxides out, or even a bit of the ink. I'll show you anyway. Oh, there we go. Oh yes, look at that. Now look at that. Now I've cut it up, and already it's changed the dynamics. Beautiful. I'm going to put that over there because I know I'm going to reuse it. Let's get this out the way. So, again, something different. Now, it's difficult to choose. So I think it's fairly straightforward from what I've read, but I haven't. It does look very straightforward, but you know, for somebody who's a beginner, we're going to find it out together. So I love that. Look at the colours on that. Look at that for a neat little book. Right then, so I've already decided. Let's get some glue on. Now this glue in here, I will show you, because I've decanted it into there. It is the Pink Frog glue that's gone into this bottle. I like this bottle, so I've put it into there. So there you go. And that the Pink Frog glue lasts forever, unless you're like me and I use it on everything. And it's like, oh, crumbs, you know, one of them moments. But I'm just going to wiggle this over. I have got a bone folder. I'm going to be really good to myself and like try not to cause myself anything major. Now, what you've got to remember is, when I do a fold, you've got to make sure you've got glue on to go on your spine. So let's lift it up. Let's not make it difficult for ourselves, because I've done that many a time, forgot to put things in places and thought, oh crikey. And I've done it so you've got an overhang so we can trim with a pair of scissors, because I'm not one for like cutting it all amazingly. But you know, if you've got texture in it, don't worry about it, because it's rice paper. It's like a decoupage. I like the texture. Hello. Oh, hello, Trudy. It's all right. Don't worry. You're here. Nobody's late. You're not on detention. We've got all sorts to go through. I am going to let you know, as people are just coming in, Wednesday, 7 o'clock, me and Sarah are going to be on Funky Fossil for a chat and a crafting session. All sorts of gossip and things. Sarah's using my stamps. I'm using her stamps. We're going to play around. And then there's some new bundles on the Nice Crafting. I can't believe this. I'm just going to have to stand back and think about this, because if you go onto Nice Crafting onto the website, if somebody can put a link in one of the pages, please, I'd appreciate it. Go on the search bar and look for, can you fold the cover on the inside side? You can do, yeah. Look for Picture This, and when you scroll down, you'll see 4 stamps for £30, 8 stamps for £55, and 12, that's right, 12 for £60. Oh, dear me. Yes, did I hear you say that Nigel's putting rice paper? He is, but it's plain rice paper. So, maybe we can have a conversation. I don't know. Do I need to check your page? But yes. So yeah, we got, oh, crikey. Oh, and that's, see, look at that. Now I just clonked it along, done that, and it's like, bam, done. There you go. So I've cut over, so it allows for movement. Now, if you've got a bone folder, let me try and find one. Something that looks like that will do. Now, that is what I want. Super cool. Okay, that's where we work together. Okay, together. Support, yeah, supporting each other. That's what it's all about. So, are you on today, Funky Fossil? Are you doing your live today? Just going to maybe put yourself out there if you are. What are your time scales? I know you're on Wednesday, 7 o'clock. Let's put that down there. So look at that now. So we've got that. I mean, that has totally transformed this book. Now I'm going to put a bit of heat on. Please feel free to put your links on to whether you're doing lives, your YouTube channels, your Facebook pages, especially in the groups. Look at that, people. Look at that. You know, and that's what it's all about. Sharing is caring. I'm just showing my face more in the group. So you're actually seeing, instead of a pair of hands, you're actually going to see me. That might scare some of you away. I have had an haircut because on the 10th of April, I'm on the craft store. And then next week, Wednesday, I'm with Sarah. So I've got to look half decent for these things, haven't I? I look like someone who's been dragged through an edge. I look like some wild woman from Calcutta. Dear Lord. I said to my family, I said, why are you not telling me I look like something ancient? So when it's dry, you can obviously chop it down. You can, as somebody just said, tuck it over and just reinforce. And do you know something? Why not? Let's do that. Let's just whack a bit of glue on. I mean, gosh, sometimes I think to myself, if I have a brain cell, I might actually be quite dangerous, but it's okay. It's called a learning curve for a reason, you know. So let's whack that on there. Let's do that. Let's stick that bit on there. And then we can always go off on some mad thing, can't we? You can always put your decoupage glue over and gloss it and shine it and tweak it and play. I feel like somebody want to pat it and call it my own. So on this one, now as you can see, I've glued. So all I've done was some low-tack glue. You can do PVA glue as well. I'm trying to do that out. I'm going to be really nice and sort of try and be nice and pretty and do my bit. There we go. So let's pop that over. Okay. So please bear in mind when you are buying products that you buy off certain places, it's not always about the quality that you're getting. Now I'm happy because I know this is half decent. So now I could actually put that down and just bind that like my, but I am going to trim it. I'm going to let it dry properly and then I'm going to trim the edges. But look at that now. Oh, to die for. I mean, really, let me get a sanding block. So I've got a bit of wood and I've just whacked a bit of sanding paper on this. And look how that's transformed with, you know, those beautiful, that rice paper. And then you've got Leonie's beautiful art inspiration stamps. I mean, you could, if you didn't want to put stamps down, you could use stencils. And it just proves how quickly you can do this now. Sometimes sanding just does take a little bit of time. I'm just mindful because obviously it's still a little bit wet. But yeah, there we go. Look at that. I love it. And that's another good thing. Yes, you can wet it and pull it and do your bits and bobs. But this hasn't cost me. It's just cost me time. Because if you're like me and you collect loads of like copier paper, for one, I've actually used some of it now. And for two, look at this beautiful sort of nope. No archival in this household, I'm afraid to say. This is all Versa, and I use it on clothing. So I stamp clothing with Versa. Let me just finish this on. So your inks, to be fair, can be used for so many different things. And this is, all I've done on this is they're water-based, but the ink that I've used to do that was Nocturne. And then I've got 20 million different colours of VersaFine permanent. Once it's dry, it ain't going nowhere, so use it on your clothes. So you could do yourself a nice pencil case, a t-shirt. You know, you can get your own clothing line out with the stuff you got. You know, at the end of the day, I'll lead you into a secret. Now, I don't want you to tell anybody, but my brother brought a mud guard round to his bike and he got some stone chips on. Shall I tell you what I used? Don't tell anybody, and I don't want this to go any further. I used some Andy Skinner textured paste. I used some Wow embossing powder for the glitter. I then used some resin just to hold it all together. But then I used watercolour paints. You know, gold colour you know something? Now we're talking. You're starting to think more. But so don't think your crafting stuff is just for paper. It's for everything. But don't tell anybody. Especially not my brother, all right? Because he thinks that I've just done an amazing paint job on his bike. And he was like, you know. But yeah, so, booklet. So we have got something really unique there with a bit of rice paper. And that's not took us anything. So you can make the pad, bit of glue, PVA glue or a low melt gun. Get it on the top, pop it down, get your bulldog clips, hold it, put your paper over. That gives you a cover, and then I've just put some rice paper. Look at that now. How unique is that? And then if you really want to go to town, you can get your ephemera or whatever it's called and stick it all on and go OTT with it. How good does that be? You know, so it just proves. So we've got some of these lovely tags. Well, no, little, you know, the incentive. I mean, we could put anything on this, couldn't we? And the black would go well because we've got the black there. And you could colour coordinate it to whatever you're using. You can use... You love my little booklet. I'm so glad. Kim, I'm going to put some gold in a minute. I just want to put a little bit of depth on the edges. So let me just put a bit of brown on. Let's get a bit of Gathered Twigs, I think. Or a bit of vintage photo. Gathered Twigs has come to me. Chris, go on, sweetie. I'm glad you've enjoyed it. Life's more important than being here with me. Go on. Catch up is always available. Go on. Thank you for joining me. Love you. Right, okay. Let's just get... Now, let me get one of Funky Fossil's lovely brushes. Oh, let me twirl my finger around. Now I've got my... Now, this is going to be interesting. So, let's put my finger on there. Let's give it a whirl. So, this is Distressed Oxide Gathered Twigs. Now, as it's an oxide, I can quite easily put some water on this if I wanted to really bring it to life. Now, again, it depends on the style you're looking for, how you want to... You could seal this with a nice... what could you seal it with? You could do some glaze glue. I know Andy Skinner's got some glue. and it's a matte, you know. So again, do what you need to do, people. There is no right and wrong to how you craft at the end of the day. You do what you want to do. But can you just imagine what stamps you could use as backing for this? I mean, how gorgeous would this look? I am going to put, could you use, instead of rice paper, the tissue paper I'm in shoebox? Oh, God, yeah. Mod Podge, yes, that's another good one to use. Feel free to put all your stuff in. Yes, Trudy, you can use the tissue paper out of boxes. And I have got some. But as long as you're using, if you're going to do that, use your VersaFine. There are other ones now, but it's permanent. It's not water-based, so that's the one to do. That's the one I like. And I've done that on clothing and everything. It's worked better than the other ones. That's why I use that one. Just putting that one out there as well. So we've got these beautiful colours. Let's put a bit of gold on here. So you can paint on if you wanted to do. But I am going to use some of that crazy stuff I call eyeshadow. And I'm going to get... Oh, let me stretch over. I am going to get a metallic gilding polish. I call this eyeshadow. I really do, because it does act like it. So let's hold it together. Let me just make sure I've got no glue on me. I ain't one for traditional stuff, you know. I don't particularly care. Now, if you want to get a brush and mess up a brush, you do that. I'm going to mess up my finger because it's easier for me to clean. Let's get that nice bit of... Look at that. This is going to look proper posh, isn't it? Look at that. Oh, dearie Dumbles. Honestly. I'm glad you lot know what you're doing. I was blown away by all the nice comments. Kim, you're a very talented young lady. Please keep posting. And this is what I love about the group. There's stuff in there which would never have been shared. And I am in awe. I'm just scared to post. Because there's that many damn good artists in there that don't think they're artists. Dear Lord, you're absolutely amazing. Gosh, post away, Kim. Honestly, just go for it, girl. You'll have to teach me. That's all I'll say. Gosh, absolutely amazing. It'd be great if you'd done some YouTube or done some live stuff in there, you know, or feel free. I'm more than happy. So let's put a bit of gilding over this, yeah. And now I don't want to take away from that lovely stamping, but let's put a bit of poshness to this. Not kind at all. It's fact, sweetheart. This is what the group's all about. Now look at that. Hey, look at that. So we've got a bit of fanciness on the edging. Oh, I've got a bit of a fingerprint there. Let's let that do. Now, Sylvia's not in the group, I don't think. However, just in case she watches the rerun, 2 squirts of water. That's all you need, and it will never go to a mess of doom. It will always stay nice and lush then. So 2 squirts, 1 if you want. 2's good. Otherwise, you'll have Sylvia on you, and you don't want Sylvia coming after you. I won't be posting after what I have said. Oh, I won't be posting after what I have seen. Right? What? Who? What? What was that? She'll be giving. So, fill me in, Steph. So, there's a little booklet. So, what else have I got? Let me see. Oh, I'll tell you what we do want to do. Let's put that down there. I want to just finish this off. We're all right for time. We've got a little bit of time left. Might make some potatoes, some stamps in a minute. So, we've done that. Again, use it whichever side, whatever side. The thing is with this, it's dual-sided until you put something on it. Kim, your drawings are fabulous. Yes, they are. So, there we go. Let's let that dry. Let's put that over there. Now, on here I used Lippy Lime and, there we go, Jove Blue. Has there been dibs on the notebook? Oh, bless you. I haven't seen any dibs, if I'm honest. So, there you go. Oh, we've got another visitor.
I want the pad.
Oh, Mum's calling dibs on the pad. Lots of fabulous in the grove. I'm loving what I'm seeing. It's, yes, creative melting pot. Mum's just called dibs.
Mine.
Oh, dear.
Sorry.
Oh,
It's
gosh.
absolutely to die for.
Mum's just called dibs. I can make. Anyway, let's move swiftly on. Mum spoke. I'm really sorry,
Thank
people.
you.
Oh, gosh. Yes, Sarah, I must admit, I am in awe of everybody's creative flow in that group. Please feel free to add. We're nearly at the 1,000. I might be putting stuff like this in that envelope because there's some really good stuff in there, you know, so don't be shy. I've got some stencils in there, we've got stamps in there, we've got rice paper. I'm even going to put some plain rice paper in so you can start making your own as soon as, and I've even got some of this smaller one. I'll put these smaller ones in as well. Honestly, you'll absolutely love them. Right, so let's finish this off because I don't want a half-finished book. I use the blue and the green on this. Now, this is Leonie's beautiful papers out of that fabulous, fabulous booklet. Look at this. Let's give it a quick swirl through again. See, I mean, look, these are the colours I've gone for. Now, if you use stencils and stuff like that, they're double-sided. So it's the choices of what side are we going. Is this the third? Is this? Sorry, from the. Oh, Nettie, you've lost me there. I've lost myself now. Now, I used a bit of material to buy my book because this is heavy duty Pink Frog watercolour card, 280 GSM. There is no seam in that. Look at that. This is, I'm really, really pleased with how this comes. Now, I saw this on Instagram. I am not taking credit for this idea at all. And I need to find out the lady that done this. But she was amazing. So, happy to throw some stamps into the giveaway pot. Oh, my gosh. We have got Funky Fossil stamps in the giveaway pot. People, you better invite your friends and family into that group. Let me get that to the 1,000 mark, and every 1,000 mark there will be giveaway. So I will be putting in, the next one will be bigger and bigger and bigger. Look at that. I am absolutely, you know something, this is like something I thought, wow, look at what I've made. Anyway, digress. Thank you very much, Sarah. I'm sure people will love that. Oh wow. Now I've mainly got blue on this, so obviously I've got the Jove blue and I've got Lippy Lime. I just want to start putting, now this is the finished product, so you're seeing it raw. So as you can see, it balances really well on that. Let me get something that resembles a brush because I'm not going to be continuously using my finger. So watercolour, let's do some water there. Honestly, nice craft mashup on Facebook. Yes, you need to get into it. If you're not in the group, you're not going to have a chance of, obviously, fortunately, winning any of this. You have to be in the group. You have to add some family and friends in. And my goodness me, you have a pot of goodies to be winning. And especially now we've got some of those amazing, amazing stuff from Funky Fossil. Wow. You lot are absolutely lucky bunnies. Goodness me. You know, well, it's coming to me first. I wonder what... No, I'm only joking. Do you know, when it comes, I'll be showing you exactly what it is. It'll go in the pots. So we're just adding that bit of green. Now, it's quite heavy there. Let's get the blue in now. I love this blue. This blue is absolutely to die for. Now, I want to bring it in. Because you see how it's going with the material. I will show you a little bit closer. I want to try and follow the beautiful design that Leonie has put. Now, with it being material and water, look how it's popping. Whew. Oh yes, but I just want to bring it in just to take some of that harsh green off, yeah? And then I'm just going to spray, because you can never have too much water on these projects, people. I love my water, as you know. So I'm just going to move it around a little. Look at that. Absolutely divine. Now, obviously I've just wet the paper, so let's be mindful and think about, let's not destroy what I've created. Now, it's watercolour card that I've used. Pink Frog, 280 GSM, and you've just got the under colour of the design that was originally under there, and I will show you what I've used. Let me find it. So Mom, bless her, has got all sorts of material, and this is what I used, and it was in a round bundle. I don't know where she got it from, probably Temu or something like that, because that's my mum. My mum is learning very slowly the impact of some of these cheaper places. When you design things, it's not always the right thing or the ethical thing to do. So my mum is learning very slowly. Especially, you know, me and water, like, yeah, it's just like a duck, isn't it? It's got to be done. So yes, so I put that on, cut it, glued it on. That gave me that beautiful spine. Look at that. I mean, this here, look. Let me just show you how impressive. There we go. Look at that. not a break, not a problem. I mean, you could actually glue that together and actually have that as an array of how to showcase your work. Not one seam on any of those pages, and I use the ink just to edge. Again, you could do gold, silver, copper. I've left that as it is. But again, which way am I going to do this? You know, am I going to use it that way? Is that going to be the front cover, or is it that one? I actually like that as the front cover. But it just shows you the fabric has been from a jelly roll. Probably, Moira, you know, I'm not a fabric person. I'm learning very slowly when it comes to... I can use the sewing machine. I might start doing that and start sewing some of the cards with some material on, some ephemera on, etc, etc. So, where are we for time? Oh, goodness me, look at that. Time is flying by today. So, we've done a book. We've made a book. Look at this. Now, that's starting to dry nicely. I'm just starting to feel the texture of the rice paper that's gone onto that bit of paper. We've put that little bit of fanciness on. Yeah, looks like a star book. Oh, there we go. Yeah, do you know something? You could do these as autographs. I know that used to be a thing many moons ago. You make quilts. Wow, Moira, please post some of your stuff in the group. But look at that, beautiful. So we've just got box standard cheapo photocopying paper. And then we've got the expensive. Now, I ain't joking with you now. Watercolour card can be quite expensive. Trudy, post in the group, my sweet. Show people what you do. It's inspiring. If I see somebody that's doing a quilting design or a felting, it inspires me then to create, you know what I mean? Create an image or create a style. And talking of that, I'm just going to put down very quickly with some of Leonie's inks, some backgrounds, because people are asking, how do you do a background? So I'm going to do it very, very, very quickly. Well, I mean, we've got a little bit of time, not loads, but, you know, we've had a lot to do today. Goodness me, we've had a lot to talk about. So I'm going to start by getting a decent brush. Let me move some. We're a bit messy today. Please try and see them. Well, I want to see what you're doing, people. I want to see. Oh, crumbs. I've run out of paper. There we go. Found some. Okay. There we go. So photocopying paper, as you know, it just goes down. Right, let's move stuff out the way. Let's put that over there. Let's put that. I'm going to put these sheets, and I'm going to do a couple of full sheets in the goodie pot for the giveaway. Get your family and friends in the mashup group. So I'm adding that now as we speak. I've even put a bit of artwork in there. Wow, bit of artwork. Ah, dear me. Love Andy Skinner stamps, Kathy. My Andy Skinner stamps. Oh my gosh, to die for. I'm hoping he finds a new supplier very, very shortly. I'm a little bit busy. No, Trudy, there is no rush. Honestly. I've got a lot to give away to presents, but I've got 12. Oh, crumbs. Okay, so let me get a piece of card. Aha, fab. Okay. Right, okay, so backgrounds. I have been a man-made quilt and bed. Wow. I've actually got somebody who made me a bag, which I cherish very dearly. And that was amazing. And I've got that in my room now. I'm looking at it as we speak. It's got a beautiful dog on there. Absolutely stunning. You know, and I'm very, very lucky to be given such beautiful Bye, Sarah. Oh, Sarah's gone. Bless her. The only things I have had to go, folks, have a great... Yeah, Sarah, see you soon. So I'm going to be very, very quick then with a bit of a background thing, just so I can show you. And I am going to use some of the ink. So I'm going to see what it's all about. So there we go. I'm going to put some ink on here first of all. Now, when it comes to making backgrounds, I am using Super Smooth on here. I'm so sorry. Oh, crumbs, what have I missed now? Keep missing stuff, you guys, honestly. Right, so I'm going to bring it over. I'm going to put some water pop there. I'm going to move my sanding block. My house is full of quilts. Wow, oh, Kim. Honestly, I lost my dog not long ago. Well, I've got her ashes. I wear her. She's with me all the time. But it's just so very, very difficult. Now, I'm going to squirt, as you do. I've got to see eyeshadow. It's shocking. I'm going to just do a bit of a light squirt over. And this is Super Smooth. This is the 300 GSM Pink Frog. Water on a brush. I am using a number 10 mop. And what I'm going to do is down here, I am now going to say this is an area of greenery. Obviously it's green, but I'm going to say this is going to be sort of a field part. So in my head, green, sky. Yeah, simple really, you'd think. Yeah. Now you can hold it down if you want. You can tape it down. It depends how comfortable and confident you are as your card starts to sort of move. Yeah, because I'm going to use a lot of water, because Lisa uses a lot of water. Now let's put some more colour in. There we go. So I'm just going to let that sort of do a little bit here, a little bit there maybe. Yep. So we've got sort of an idea of a scene going there. Let me just give it a blast of heat so I can just calm this down a little bit. Now this card does dry off nice and quickly, so you're not waiting too long. If you're impatient, just like me, as all crafters are, we're just going to dab it off a little bit. There we go. Now if you're using watercolour, pens, pencils, any of this can build up a scene. Yeah. Now I saw, I think it was Catherine Inkalicious done a beautiful galaxy scene, and again, these are things that you can do. So we're going to put some of this blue down, and it's very, very similar when you're creating different scenes. Oh dear me, Steph. And this is where being in groups to help support each other is key. Now, really, I should be putting a bit of paper there, but I can't. Let me tell you what, let's be nice. Let's try. I don't normally do this. I'm going to put some blue on now. So look how that moves with the water. Yeah. So here we go with a bit of skyline. So I've got a bit of darker bit there. I'm going to move it along with a bit of water. And all it is about building up layers. So already, I don't know if you guys can see this, but we've got a top layer, bottom layer, light going into dark. And at any time, if there's any water you don't want, just dab it off. Yeah, so these are Leonie's colours. So I can only go with what's here sort of thing. So now, let me just get some of this beautiful green. Let's do another layer over, because the more you go over, the more darker it will become. Yeah. So let's put a little bit of a sort of a much of a forefront here. So I've actually put that then directly on. Hopefully you guys can see on Facebook as well. I'm hoping you can. It's because you're sort of at a different angle. So I'm sorry if you're missing anything. So apologies there. So I'm just going to put a bit of water on just to blend that into there. Now you can use, again, I'd want to use different inks, different bits, but I'm just showing you as a very, very quick, just to say, you know, this is how you would build in different things, yeah? So let's just bring in around here. Let's bring another layer down. Let me get some water and spray and blend that in. And again, you've got to trust the card you're using. That's huge. If you don't trust the card you're using, you ain't going to be getting anywhere. Now, you can draw it down and let things run down if you want. Yeah, get those to blend in. So then you've got no harsh lines with whatever you're creating there. And again, you've got too much. Oh, got a hair. I'm molting. It's come back. It's haunting me. Wooding, yeah, it would do, but I'm not going to mix this in on this occasion because I'm just showcasing this brand. You know, I'm being fair. I've had some lovely stuff sent me, so I want to showcase. But yes, if I was just doing a normal random, I would be using Inkology. I'd use Leonie's now. I'd use Karin pens. I'd use watercolour pencils. I'd even use some watercolour paints, you know. So now already, as you're looking at this now and it's not dried, you've got a base, top and bottom. And then all you do then is bring in your layers. And if you want to take it away, you put your water on and you'd pull it out. So you'd put your white in, you'd pull it out. So I'm going to put some more dark into this. Let's have a bit of a storm cloud up there. I mean, we can even pull in a little bit of purple. Let me just, where's the purple? Perfect purple. Let's just pull a bit, because that's got a beautiful, oh, it's fell over. Don't tell anybody. I'm just wrecking the place now. Let's put a bit of that through here. So already now we're getting that different depth in, yeah? And just don't be shy. And if you don't like it, put water on it. And again, you've got to be comfortable and confident with the card you're using. Yeah? And if you don't like it, put water on it and lift it off. So already now, look at that, I'm putting that colour through. And I'm going to let it move around of its own doing. I've mixed the purple and blue together. Look at that now. So you can now see the difference that we've got in that. And then I can put some, if I wanted to now put white on top of that, yeah? So hopefully you can see that. Let me just move you down a little bit so you can see a little bit better. Sorry about it. You're going to have the white, the water reflection of that. But let me get a white Posca pen. Where's my white Posca pen? I've got a new white Posca pen. A thundery sky, yes, definitely. There we go. White Posca pen, here we go, brand new. Let me give it a shake. Oh! Now, look at this, white. Oh, it's going to work as well. Good Lord. Stranger things have happened, people. Okay, so while we still got wet patches, let me get that spray. Now, Posca pen is your best friend on water. Trust me. I absolutely love using my Posca when there's water on there. And look at that now. Now, you see how that's given a total different feel. Let me get some heat on this. I don't want to lose that sort of effect. And again, it's all about trusting the paper. Let me just pull a little bit of that. And I just want to show you how we have now blended that in. So, you know, when you've got those lovely... I've got a picture of a lady from Hobadilla. She done that design. You're all asking. You can refill your Poscas with, yes you can, yes Kim, that's very true. And look at my skyline now. So can you imagine if you then built up the rest of that? I want to leave that in your head because it's not as difficult as you think. Building up, if you're comfortable with water, why do you think I play around with water so much? Because I love the effects it gives, yeah? So there's the sky. Now I can cut that off and I can use that. Let me just dry that corner off a little bit more. Because I want to show you. There we go. So this morning you've had all sorts on the go. What a fabulous group we've had today. Right, let's whack that out of the way. So, look at that. Because they've just put that here. Well, do you see? And that's the thing. Prices go up. You can refill your Posca pens. Okay. I showed that a couple of weeks ago. I have actually put in my Posca pen some of the PH Martin's pen white, and it works. It's fabulous actually, but it doesn't do this, and this is what I like. So that's the effect that you will get. Now I can use that. I'm going to build that up and I'm going to do a nice imagery and I'm going to put it in the giveaway pot. So I will come back to this. So this isn't finished, but it will be for today because we've got to think about dinner. You know, it's after 11:30, one of them. But yeah, so you see how easy that was. 2 colours and a Posca white splat gave you that. But you use water, you use a good quality card. This is Super Smooth Pink Frog, the 300 GSM, yeah. But they change the packing when they're, yeah, probably. But, you know, that's that again. If you've got old Posca pens, don't throw them away because you can refill them. Just putting that one out there. We're so quick to throw away. I have got, here we go. Right, so I've got Posca pens. I've got this one that's empty. This one I've took the wrapper off and I've refilled with that, as I say, the pen white. And that's a brand new Posca. So that will be it, yeah? I like the way that this goes, and it's still, I can fill that up as much as I like. Perfect, isn't it? So that's all you need. Keep refilling. When you find the white that you like, go away, do it, have fun. But yeah, Don't throw your old Poscas away, because that's what you use them for. Refill. Right then, so my lovely, lovely people, I've really enjoyed today. I really have. So there's my sky for all of you on there. I'm going to come back to you guys, because I'll flip back and say hello to you personally. You guys on YouTube, we have done this. I mean, we've had a lot of gossip, a lot of sort of what's out there, what we're all doing, you know, what's ahead. Don't forget there's those lovely bundles coming up, and they will not be restocked. So if you haven't got them, they will not be restocked. That was end of line. There will be no more picture this stuff going out there. We have made some beautiful stuff. We have done those beautiful designs with Leonie's lovely stamps. We've got those lovely rice papers that we're going to be doing. And again, look at that. Absolutely fabulous. I mean, that stamp was huge. But look at that. When you put your colours on, absolutely fabulous. So thank you so ever so much for joining me this morning. I can't wait to build up this picture, and this will be, like I say, this will be in the giveaway. Yeah, fabulous. What else have I got here? Well, we had this. I don't even know what I'm doing with this yet. Got to clear the rest of the salt off. Well, dishwasher salt is absolutely fabulous. So I'm really glad that you've enjoyed it. So YouTube people, I'm going to say bye to you first, because I can. So love you all. Thank you so much. Sarah, Jan, Eva, Kim, Moira, Ruth, Trudy, Steph. Oh, bless you. Nessie. I'm going through the list, and I'm sorry if I miss anybody, but you guys, I'm going to come down. I'm just going to demount you now. Woohoo. And now I'm going on to the Facebook page, and I'm going to show me mush. So this is bye to you guys. So here we go. So here's me saying goodbye now to YouTube. Okay, there we go. YouTube is now gone, disconnected. Are we? Yep, there we go. Pressing done. There we are. So let's put that over there. So let's come back to you guys. So let me let's take you off the what's it, and show me mush. Hi. So as you can see, I've got contraptions all over the place. So let's I've got a light on. Let's go that way. There we go. So hello, I am a real person. It's not just a pair of hands that you always see. So thank you so very much for joining the group, for participating. Boo, I'm here. Yes, Steph, you've just switched over. Thank you so very much for embracing mixing stamps, because I know for some of you guys it's really difficult to mix Lavinia, Sweet Poppy, Nice Crafting, Creative Expressions, Funky Fossil, you know. So yes, I'm a real person, Dominique. I do try. I've had a haircut, so I actually look half decent now. Tracy, hello. Fabulous. So there's a lot of you that are really, really mega talented. Hi, Eva. Have a Boston day. I will do. Yeah, worry. You need. That's a bit of black country for you. But no, thank you. I love the group. I'm scared to post in there because you're all so talented. But no, keep doing what you're doing. Mix your stamps up. Embrace what you're doing. And I will see you all on Tuesday. Will I have any more gossip for you? Have a look on Nice Crafting, because it is one of those now where it's going to be, things are going to be added quite quickly on there. There's going to be oxides. There's going to be some fantastic discount codes. Enjoy your walk. Very great in NE. Really. Well, to be fair, let me just look out my window. It looks a bit murky here as well, to be fair. So I am going to try, in the Facebook group, I'm going to try and do more of this. Pink Frog do great stamps. I have actually used them in my mix-ups. I have a lot of Pink Frog. In fact, let me show you, just on my caddy, which I do use. You have to excuse it. So here's here's on my my Funky Fossil. I've got Nice Craft, and I've got mine. I've got All and Create. I have got Andy Skinner's collection there. I've got some crafty individuals. I've got some Sweet Poppy, which I love, but I've got even more Sweet Poppy. That's my gorgeous bag somebody made me. Rachel made me that. Beautiful. And then I've got all of these, which I like to play around with. And that's without Alison Bomber. I've got some of her stuff over here as well. So that's all my bits and bobs. That's my trolley of things I use and play with now. There's all the stuff I've just thrown on the floor. Naughty me. There's my feet. Sorry if you've got a thing with fetish. Here's my mess. You're getting to see the rarity. So here's all my Gansy Tambies. Here's everything else. I've got stamps I've got to deal with there. I've got inks. I've got beautiful paints there. I've got, oh Christ, I've got stuff everywhere. And then I've got all my inspiration stuff up there as well. So, yes, I've got a lot of stuff. So, enough of that. Here's me again. Crikey. And I've got my iPad here next to me. Oh, bless. So, that's normally how I see the comments. So, just so you can see, I have got one crazy setup. So, I am trying to get sort of a studio-ish vibe. It ain't working. It's just like I've got contraptions everywhere. So sometimes I'm going to wobble this. So I do apologise. But hey ho, it's all a learning curve for me. So I'm going to try and be more interactive with you. I'm going to try and do more hellos. So it's going to be nice to see with Sarah and doing that bit of a mashup on Wednesday. So I'm really looking forward to that. So I'm going to go. It's Sunday. If you're in the UK, it'll be probably lunchtime for the majority of you. So enjoy your Sunday dinners. Mine is more of a Sunday tea because I usually have my dinner quite late. So I love you all. I'm going to go. I'm going to mat and layer or do some pictures of what I've done today. Post them out and see how the group is to see if I can get some announcements on. Hopefully we will today. We'll see. If not today, it's going to be this week coming. So love you all. I'm going. See you later. Here we go. Finish. Bye.